Hey everybody, today is Thursday, June 13th, 2024. I'm Gene and welcome to Hanging with Uncle. Um, Sorry about yesterday. Again, just didn't feel like doing a show. Not beholden to anybody, so shows come out when we want. But anyway, a couple of things to talk about today. Not really earth shattering. I just thought, again, just something we need to file away and kind of maybe read the tea leaves a little bit to see where we're headed before November. And I want to start with the Supreme Court's decision to deny the plaintiff's request to ban Mifepristone. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Mifepristone. The abortion pill. One thing that you have to understand, if you want to bring a lawsuit, not anyone can bring one. Number one, you have to have standing, which means you have to have been directly injured as a result of, the incident or cause of action and have legal remedies to seek. And so Justice Kavanaugh wrote the majority opinion on this and basically said because the plaintiffs have suffered no injuries, the plaintiffs aren't even prescribing this medicine for women to protect their reproductive health. He said, you guys don't have standing, and threw it out. And I don't know why it took all the way up to the Supreme Court to decide that, because that's a no-brainer. So, well, what it does, it's not over, because one thing that I have learned, I look all the way back from 1972, 73, when Roe was decided by the Supreme Court. For 50 years, 50 plus years, Republicans have been working to try to overturn that. They do not know how to accept defeat. Just look at Cadet Bone Spurs and what he did, because he was a crybaby and lost the 2020 election. Now he's a convicted felon. But we'll get to that. But they won't stop. So just because this decision came out today, I foresee future litigation into where somebody's going to say, I do have standing, and is going to sue. Because remember, that's the only reason this case was denied. So what we have now, again, don't rest on our laurels. Don't take the towel and wipe your forehead and go, we dodged that one, we're good. Because we thought that back in the early 70s when Roe was decided, and look where we are now. So, in order to solidify that, we have to make sure, and again, I am registered no party preference, but with the way Republicans are acting, I'm not going to vote for a convicted felon, nor am I going to vote for anyone that supports returning a convicted felon to the Oval Office. So there's nothing on the Republican platform that draws me to that side of the aisle. At least not right now, not in this election cycle. So we have the opportunity now to not mess up, not think it's over, and vote. Vote to overturn control of the House from Republicans to Democrats, because we know Democrats will bring a bill to the floor to codify Roe again, to codify contraceptives, which is another thing, and codify women's reproductive health. Okay? Now, again, I've said it before. Women are not chickens. They're not hens. They don't just lay eggs. They have to have this thing called a sperm in order to become pregnant. And without that, it's a non-issue. So what I see is what the GOP is pushing is men being able to do whatever they want to women and then force them to suffer the consequences of the man's action, because it takes a man for conception. So if life begins at conception, it begins at ejaculation. All right? the focus is on the wrong gender here when you talk about reproductive rights and preserving the sanctity of saving our babies. Okay? It's not on women. And it should be a no-brainer. It should be it. Okay? But anyway, thank God at least that's done. Let's not drop the ball. November, go to the ballot box. Vote for your Democrat candidate for Senate, because that's where judges are confirmed. That's where all confirmations are concerned for cabinet positions. It's important to understand what that branch of government represents, how much control it has over our lives, but the power we have to put someone in there to protect our rights, not try and take them away. We should also remember to help flip the House of Representatives and make Hakeem Jeffries the next Speaker of the House, because we've seen Republicans do not know how to govern. They've put forth no meaningful legislation, and to keep government open and funded, it took Democrats to pass legislation funding keeping the government open and having that run. So, this is just in a nutshell. It's Reader's Digest. I'm not going on for hours as to why, but if we want President Biden to sign laws that are going to enshrine our voting rights, protect women's reproductive health, save public education, those kinds of things, then we need to have Democrats in office, because we've seen what happened the first 2 years of Biden's presidency. Legislation got passed. Insulin now is capped to $35 a month. We've passed infrastructure, which is helping to repair roads, bridges, dams, infrastructure, internet, giving it to people that don't normally have it or have access to it. Those are important things that have been done. The CHIPS Act, as to where now we're going to manufacture all of our technology here instead of outsourcing it to China to be made, to have their spyware put in our computer chips and have them installed in our national defense things and whatever else we need. That's very important to our infrastructure here in the United States. So, all I'm saying is, this election cycle, vote Democrat. Okay? And I say that now because today on the Hill, convicted felon Donald Trump met with GOP lawmakers, Mike Johnson, Mitch McConnell, and all those elected Republicans who support him, who stand behind him. And personally, again, I don't have the moral makeup to support somebody that is a convicted felon. Nor do I have the moral makeup to support anyone that supports a convicted felon to go to the White House. And they were all up there today, kissing his boots and whatever kind of obsequious behavior they wanted to demonstrate. And the thing is that a lot of those guys were there January 6, 2021, when the Capitol was attacked by the insurrectionists that Trump incited to send down there. And it's like they don't care. They show fealty to one person. For what reason, I will never figure out. But I'm glad that my parents instilled in me the moral fiber to not support a convicted felon for anything, even for a dog catcher. And that's, just how I feel. So anyway, that's all I have for today. If you like the content, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button, that thumbs up right there. It helps spread the word and let the rest of the world know we exist out there. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss when we go live and put new content out there. So that's all I have for today. And Zane and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Be kind to one another. Treat each other the way that you want to be treated.